whether you take things personally or not, which I find that I generally don't. How? If you actually know how you feel, if you are not totally blocked off from seeing why you are behaving the way you are, you actually just know more about you than anybody outside of you can. And so if somebody tries to say something about me, I just know if they're right or if they're wrong.
It's pretty simple.
You know, and it's like where I think like taking things personally in a way that gets really bent out of shape is about like, oh, that person said something right about me that I don't want to be right about me. And now I'm like, you know,
okay. Yeah.
But if they're wrong about me, then it doesn't seem like it matters that much necessarily. Yeah. Something that occurred to me years back that has been pretty helpful at times is that somebody else being wrong about you, either to your face or even just in their own model of you in their head, you don't have to make that your business necessarily. I don't have to set out to make sure the neurons firing in everyone's head about Jessica are like totally accurate. It's just like, that's one way I could use my time.
Oh boy.
Like, but then wait, is it actually important that they're right about me in that way? And that's where it comes in, like, maybe I'm worried that if they are wrong about me in this way, it's going to stop me from being successful in this way, or there's something
if it doesn't impact you in some way, then
right. So some clarity about, well, does it impact me? How does it impact me? There's like a sort of image management people can go into that far surpasses that, and then it's like I can almost sometimes not think of something less important than whether or not this person thinks that about me.
Okay.
It's just like this one girl over here living her life, that person thinks this about her. Who cares? Like, does that matter at all? I think it's much more likely to feel hurt by people who are close to me because it does impact me, or it impacts our relationship or something like that. Another way I'd put it is, I think that the first place I really felt this was related to gender, that being a woman walking around the world and like coming into contact with what people seem to believe about you, you can feel the wrongness of it. Oh, they assume that women don't enjoy this or aren't good at this. You can feel those kind of assumptions come at you. And you're like, well, that's not true about me. Like, I know that that's not true about me. And there's almost a way where I felt this intractability to the problem of trying to make it all be correct, of correcting the thing so that I could be seen accurately by like anybody who I encounter. And that you could spend a lot of your life and a lot of energy trying to make that be the case.
Oh yeah.
Even like, oh, when I dress this way, people are more likely to assume that I might be like techie or like math oriented or something like that. Okay, but dressing that way isn't actually just how I want to dress. So now am I dressing this way to try to correct people's perceptions? And by the way, even that doesn't even necessarily guarantee that they're going to be right.
Yeah.
Just like having to at some point notice the wrongness of other people has to be priced in. People are just going to be wrong.
Oh, you have to assume it, yeah. Okay.
People are just going to be wrong. Like, there's no way for people not to be wrong and for me to also just be like expressing myself. And then, okay, so let's take it as a given that people are going to be wrong. Now, how do we want to use our time? Maybe it's like that.
Love it.